Good morning, everyone. So I am out trying to do some quick chores this morning, and I come back. I've been gone for a couple of days, and I'm back now, and I'm looking to see what happened while I was away. And this is what happened while I was away. So I put the pots in there in hopes that they would, of course, be watered while I'm away, and it rained quite a bit because there's nothing funneling water here, so it had to rain quite a bit for this much water to be in here. So I need to clean this stuff up. So what else happened is this little mustard green I saw, it's a little volunteer mustard green. Saw it before I left, but it's growing nicely, so I'm going to be transplanting that. All of these guys right here, I hate the way these things look when they like go to seed, but I'm at the point where I think I'm going to take some of these up because I have so many of them. As you can see, there are a gazillion of these things. So I'm going to be taking some of those up and potting them up to um, for other use. My mom loves them. I definitely plan to give a bunch of them to her and get her all squared away down there, and then keep it pushing. So all of these guys over here, of course, this section doesn't have any water going on, but the little plant back there does still have water in it, so that's fine. But these still have water and they're fine, but this guy is not happy. It's yellowing because it has too much water. I actually pulled these two out right before we left because it had so much water, and you can see the leaves are not happy. And then look at this. Just water galore. So it rained quite a bit while I was away, and the plants just aren't the happiest as they can be. As you can see, there's a couple of tomatoes in here that I need to get transplanted somewhere else, and then some greens. I think this is curly kale. Get those moving. So I have a little pot. I pulled out been watching it, but I think it was just a regular little weed. So moving that as well. But yeah, gonna be working on this stuff today as well. This is purslane, and it had been in this pot. It just sold itself there, but you could see the water went kind of crazy in this pot. But I am really thinking about doing something with this purslane today. I think I'm going to cook it today. I have not cooked it yet, but I think I'm going to cook this today, and we're going to have that for dinner. Lemon basil, of course, she's doing great. Again, these are self-sown from last year. I have all of this as well, so I need to collect seeds from those. I have more of the purslane just sowing itself everywhere, so this is going to be part of dinner as well. And then more purslane. Like, when I say, guys, I have purslane. Like, it's just doing what it wants to do. And you guys told me about when I had that morning glory. Well, look at this. I ripped all that junk out, and how it did this, I don't know. I really don't know, because it never seeded. But I have morning glory starting in this pot. Yeah. And I actually pulled a bunch of them because it was right here. And I pulled it all out. This is actually all of the plants I pulled out yesterday. And I'm like, why? How did they even do that? Because it never seeded. So I haven't looked it up yet, but does morning glory like spread by roots? So I've got to check into that, because I don't want any morning glory, to be honest. See, I told you I have purslane. I got purslane. I have purslane. Like, I have purslane. Like, they're just randomly everywhere. I have purslane. And then here, I've got to get all of this now. I think what I'm going to do, because I've been leaving them for the birds, I think I'm going to take a little section and put some seeds out, just sit some seeds out and let the birds eat them from there, and me go ahead and rip this whole thing out. It's looking rather shabby now, as you can tell. The French marigolds are still down there. They're still doing fine, but this section, this whole thing just looks, really bad at this point. So I'm really wanting to get them out of there. This little herb bed wasn't doing too much of anything. Like, it struggled this year. There's some more of these chocolate sunflowers, but need to get those. And I really need to look at this plant as well, because this is my parsley that's going to seed, and I don't even know when I'm supposed to take the seeds for this. So I've got to look at this parsley. She's a big girl. Let's see. Yeah, but here's the parsley, and she just keeps getting taller. So gotta figure something out for her and get some things done. That's interesting, the way she looks when I have this close up. But yeah, so gotta figure out some things with this parsley. More lemon basil in here. She's going to seed as well as over there. Green beans, they never took off in this bed. Like, this bed struggled. This bed really has been grossly unproductive. So I'm really wanting to kind of rip this whole thing to shreds. Really, I've tried to amend it a couple of times and it still just hasn't done well. So I don't know what the deal is with this bed. But this was my girl's bed that, I just kind of amended very, very lightly and then started planting in it. But I feel at this point, I just want to rip this whole thing out. Actually, she's starting to look better because these were never red. And this is the first time the flowers have actually been red. So I guess my memories are beginning to work and get the soil back under control. Because I think what I was thinking is maybe it was too acidic why the flowers were orange instead of red. Never looked it up, but that's what I was figuring. So I'd amended the soil to try to get the soil health back in order, in the meantime. But yeah, I'm really wanting to just kind of rip this whole thing out and get it together for the fall. Because even the seedlings, like, I put seedlings in here. Even the seedlings, it doesn't matter what I was putting in this bed, nothing wanted to grow. Like, this is some mint. Look at this. When does mint not grow? Right? I pulled mint from beside my fence because my neighbor had mint, and of course it came over here. But I put this in here, and this is all that's still here. That one little piece of mint. So something is wrong with this soil. Why it's acting like this. So I need to do something with this as well. Yeah, look at that okra. It's an okra plant. We have yet to get an okra off of this thing, and she's a big girl at this point. But no okra yet, so I'm gonna feed her today. See if I can get her moving, because it's time to get some okra. Good grief. It's probably about 70 degrees right now at 10 o'clock in the morning. But, yeah. Okra. This okra plant needs to get to okra in. And the corn did finally get some corn to tassel. But even this, look at this. Like, they don't even know what to do. Like, what is up with this weather? Look at the tassel. Well, look at the corn. And the tassel, they look like they're not going to actually fertilize anything. Let's see. I really don't see anything coming from that. Like, I don't see a dust coming from it, which is crazy. But looks like we got a few beans. They're tiny little beans, but we got some beans coming. Should have some in here, which I do. A few little beans. Little pie mine. Look at here. Don't eat my beans, girl. Look at here. Yeah, she been in here. She is too comfortable. Girl. You see, she just bit it. Look at that. Yeah, she been in here. That's probably what's happening with some of these beans. They're being eaten. But okay, here we go. All right, so I think maybe these were the pole beans. but I don't know what these are. I know I was looking at pole beans, so I don't know whether I planted the pole beans or the bush beans right here, but these don't look like beans that I've seen before, that I've grown before. So I think maybe these are the pole beans. I don't know. But we are starting to get some beans. I have tasted one, two. It was absolutely delicious. But we do have some flowers, got some blooms. So hopefully we'll have some beans really starting to pop off pretty good soon. And then we have one little corn. But this stalk is so small, so skinny. It's only about, not as big as my finger. So I don't know if she's going to be able to support that, and I don't know if she's going to get fertilized with these tassels, because see, that's just not doing much of anything. Yeah, this is crazy. When do I have this kind of problem with corn? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I did put some more beans in my little experimental pot. Well, put some beans in my experiment pot, but this is peach tree. So I put some beans down at the bottom of the peach tree. But you see how they've struggled? Like, this soil isn't doing that well either. But this one bean plant finally has decided that it's going to go ahead and do something. So, yay. Finally, and we got some flowers. So hopefully that'll be pushing pretty good soon. One little turmeric is still over here, so hopefully she's going to be all right, and we'll produce us some turmeric. We'll harvest that in a couple of months, I guess. But I didn't plant this. I think this is one that I must have left last year. But my pups keep jumping in here. That's why my little society garlic looks so crazy. But right beside that is that last volunteer ground cherry. She's getting pretty huge, and she's beginning to flower. So we should get to taste some ground cherries from her pretty soon. Y'all know this ain't right. What's she still doing in this little pot? She is not happy in this little pot. I might still try to move her and just let her do what she does. Just take this whole pot and, plop it into another big pot. But yeah, nothing doing right now because she shouldn't be here. And right above that, we have our blueberry plants, and they have been largely unproductive this year. We didn't get any blueberries at all on either plant, which is disappointing, but it is what it is. So let's move over to our little corner here. And strawberry also has been largely unproductive. We have not tasted the strawberry yet. This is the raspberry that I took the root and started another plant, which was good that I did because it's the only thing that survived. This had too much water kind of come into it, so it's acting like it's not going to survive. Oh, this plant's dead. Rip this out of here. Yeah, that's dead. Dead. I might actually eat these though. Yeah, let's taste that. Let's see what these taste like, because they're fine. They just died off. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they're good. Both of them good, but this is why I ripped it out, because of that. So we don't need to leave that in there. It could not bounce back. But look at the cucumber. She's still growing up. The Barbados cherry flower here. So I'm going to fertilize these guys. A few little flowers in here. A few little more in there. And we have a couple that should be on here. There's one back there. Yeah, one in there. So yeah, we have a few. Got a few more flowers. So I'm loving this Barbados cherry plant because it just keeps flowering. Oh, there are a bunch of them back there too. So it keeps flowering. So I'm really, really excited about that. I love the way that it just keeps flowering. So both of them are flowering. So I'll fertilize both of these guys in a little bit as well. See, that's been part of the problem here, man. That's been the problem. But this is what the gladiolas look like, guys. When they are flowering, they can be quite beautiful. Yeah, but then you have to deal with this stuff. It looks horrid. Yeah, but I'll definitely have seeds. So, yeah. And y'all want to see a lamb's quarter? She has gotten humongous. So, let me back up. Right. That's the lamb's quarter. She is humongous. So, I'm going to be harvesting some more of the leaves off of this, and then I'm going to be ripping this baby out of here. So we do have some green beans that are larger, guys. Ooh. Okay, so I clearly didn't see some. So this is larger, but look at this. Good gracious alive. Oh, I just broke that because I am trying to reach too far. Let me try to get better positioned here. All right, so I just broke this off, but this is what I was trying to get my hands on, is this bean right here. Good grief. It went flying. Here we are. That's a big bean. Yeah, so let's see. I haven't had any breakfast, so let's check this out. That's delicious. Green beans was one of my favorite vegetable when I was growing up. I absolutely loved green beans. So I'm gonna try this one too. The big one. All right, she way too big. Way too big for my liking as a raw bean. She's good though. I can eat her. But she's definitely not, mosquito biting me, definitely not the size that I want to eat, as a raw bean. I prefer them smaller. But delicious. Delicious nonetheless. Okay. That was really good. So that just tells me, oh, I see another one. That just tells me I really need to get in here because there are beans I couldn't see. See, there's another one. There are beans that I couldn't see, so I need to harvest some beans while I'm out here too. So that's good though, because like I said, the beans were taking forever, and it's starting to rain, guys. Wow. I was hoping this would hold off, but it is starting to drizzle as we speak. Wow. Yeah, so I'm going to do what I can do, though. Rain doesn't run us in, because I want to make sure that my water collection is together. So let's go around there right quick. Look at all these dandelions. They might just have to go in for a salad. All right, so they are both currently full. So, yeah, so this is part of what I need some lids, I need to be able to close this stuff off, so I don't have anything to cover it right now. But they're both full, so I will not be collecting any additional water when it rains. It's because it's all going to just drain off. So I'm going to see what I can do to capitalize on some of the rain that's about to come. All right, since this is going to be first and foremost of where the water falls, I'm going to take this and water the plants in the greenhouse that are currently in there. Mm-hmm. Alright. That's oop, too much water in that. Let me make my way on in the greenhouse. And then we'll come back. Alright. So as you can see, I haven't left a ton in the greenhouse, but there are some things that I have left. And I don't even remember what was right here, but if they needed to germinate, they have not done so. So I'm gonna do that. I do have some chard that's right here, so I am going to be transplanting these pretty soon. Looks like I put a bean in that one and it didn't germinate, like right here, but looks like it might have had a little too much water. There's nothing over there. Got a couple of plants over here. So this is the citronella. Looks like it's burning a little bit right here, so I might need to move her. These are a couple of plants my daughter had. And what else is growing in here, guys? Purslane. It is growing everywhere. So it really did cause me to spend a considerable amount of time yesterday looking to see what's going on with purslane and how could I use it and what the benefits are. And honestly, there are a ton of benefits. Look at that, more purslane, ton of benefits. So I do plan to use the purslane today. Look at it, got tomato plants, like my second round of tomatoes. Some butterfly peas. These are the butterfly peas that I got from Miss Linda. I know I really need to get these out of here. Yeah, I need to move those today. And it looks like maybe another purslane. I need to put on something. Oh my goodness. Looks like mosquitoes are trying to carry me away. So hold on. Alright, so I actually pulled off a couple of these leaves of citronella because I was going to pull them off anyway. So I am going to rub this on my hands. I know you can't really see it, but that is what you see me doing. I am going to rub this all over my hands, and then I'm going to rub it all over my skin as well. And that really does help me while I'm out here. Does it look great? No, you might be thinking, why would you do it like that? But it's effective, guys. I used to do this with my rosemary all the time. So I would just go by the rosemary plant. You know, I have that humongous bush in the front, but I'd go by the rosemary plant and literally just get some leaves, kind of crush the leaves, and then put it all over my skin. So let me do that, and then I'll keep moving. All right, so she has served me well. She is quite moist, and I have rubbed it all over me at this point. So I'm going to just go ahead and drop that in the pot. Let her just sit there. But you see, guys, you know this ain't right. These tomatoes are saying, give me free. So I need to get them out of there so that they can get moving for this next round. And look at this. I've had this sitting here. This has been a trap crop for me. Those are aphids all over these greens. I don't even remember what kind of greens these were, but I've been allowing the aphids to just kind of collect on this plant instead of them going everywhere else. So this has been my trap crop. Yeah. And the last thing I'll show you before I get moving, but this is where that bird's nest was. Of course, it's already closed up, but these are my rosemary babies from my rosemary plant in the front of the house, because I'm going to have to take that plant out. She's gotten really woody. So these are her babies. So I'm going to get these all established before I really move that plant. But yeah, I have rosemary babies. Okay, guys, we're going to call it. This is going to be this video. I didn't even mean to be on this long. I just wanted to show you how that water was, like, really a lot of water. Certainly not everything that's going on out here, but a lot of water going on while I was away. and it was a lot of rain. It's been a lot of rain, and the temperatures have been low. So we've been running around the 70s. It literally is warmer in places like Ohio and Indiana than it is in North Carolina, which is crazy because this is August. It's supposed to be burning, but it is not. And unfortunately, the plants are like, I don't know what it is you want me to do with these temps because I'm a warm weather crop and it's not hot at this point. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, look at this mess. Wow, ants are all in this citronella. Wow. Okay, now I see. They're like going up the side. Oh my goodness. Always dealing with something. Always dealing with something. So, yeah, I got some cleanup to do. I got to even clean up this whole side, really. So, yeah, they made them a little bed in the citronella plant. That sucks. So, I don't need to do something with that. All right, guys. That is going to be it for now. I am going to go ahead and get my little chores done that I need to outside. And if it starts raining, which it looks like it may not rain again, like right now, it's just a couple of little drops. But if it doesn't rain right now, that's fine. Either way, I will likely stay in the greenhouse and get some work done because I have seeds to start and plants to transplant. Yeah. All right, guys. Whether you live to grow or grow to live, let's just get to growing. Later, y'all.